Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how I created this mixed media mini canvas. I found this 5x5 mini canvas at Michael's. What I'm preparing to do now is prime the base of the canvas using some gesso, and I'm going to apply one layer. Once you have a good layer of gesso down, you're going to take your heat tool and set it. On this canvas I'm going to use a variety of flowers, and I'm using Prima's Divine paper collection. Here I have a container full of metal embellishments, and I'm selecting certain pieces that I'm going to incorporate into this canvas. I have a combination of Prima, Tim Holtz, Graphic 45, and some other miscellaneous embellishments. These flowers are from Recollections. I got them on clearance, and you'll see I'm incorporating some orange flowers in here. Orange is not my color, but it won't matter what color you use because you'll be priming those with gesso and spraying them. Here I'm taking some alphabet chippies from Imaginarium Designs and some lace. I'm going to use some Mod Podge to apply texture to the base of the canvas. I'm using crepe paper here, or party streamers, if you will, and I'm applying it down with Mod Podge. This creates some nice texture on the base of your canvas. Always heat set in between. Here I have some lace from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to go ahead and incorporate that, and I have this doily from Etsy. Doilies give some really good texture to the base of the canvas. Here I'm taking Prima's Divine paper and I'm tearing up pieces, and I'm collaging them to the side of the canvas. I'm now taking my photo and putting a layer of Mod Podge over that to protect it while I do the spraying. I'm adding more lace from Hobby Lobby. And here I'm cutting up part of the large doily that I got from Etsy, and I'm going to apply that to the edge of my canvas. This adds some really nice texture, and you'll see at the end. I'm holding a heart. Here I'm going to take some modeling paste by Liquitex and a stencil, chicken wire from Crafter's Workshop, and I'm creating additional texture on the edges of my canvas. I backed my photo onto heavyweight chipboard, and I'm going to be adhering that down with hot glue and some dimensionals. Here I'm cutting pieces of the Prima Divine paper. I'm just fussy cutting some of the images that I'm going to incorporate around the top of my photo. I'm going to start taking some of my embellishments and laying them down exactly where it is I want to put them before I start adhering them down with some Glossy Accents, E6000, and the hot glue. So it's always a good idea to try to figure out where you want to put things. It doesn't always come out that way, but it's good to have an idea. Hold it, go on, begin to let go, 'cause there's no reason I'm turning myself into somebody else. Calm down, calm down, calm down. So here I'm going to take some dimensionals and hot glue, and I'm going to adhere the picture down onto the canvas. I decided to play a little bit and take some of the modeling paste and kind of blend my photo onto the canvas. I don't have any rhyme or reason the way I'm putting the paste down, and you'll see at the very end that it doesn't really matter, because once you spray it and you have all of the embellishments on there, it just blends in nicely. Since the modeling paste is still soft, I can push some embellishments behind the photo a little bit. So I'm tucking some in, and I'm starting to adhere things down. Now I don't take a picture or in my mind know exactly where it was that I had some of these embellishments, so they may lay down a little bit differently, but for the most part they're sort of where I had imagined they would be when I was laying them down earlier. I'm using E6000 to put down a lot of the metal embellishments. That will make sure that they hold on fairly well. I'll also use Glossy Accents, and then I'll use hot glue to hold the pieces down, because E6000 takes a long time to dry. Well, not a really long time, but It takes time. Here I decided to prime some of the pieces before putting them down. So I'm priming some of the flowers as well as some of the metal embellishments. Here I'm priming down the orange flower, and you'll see at the end, you can't even tell that used to be an orange flower.
Hey, stand up straight. Hey.
I used Mod Podge to lay down the pieces of fussy cut images that I cut out from the Prima Divine paper. I'm also going to paint on one layer of Mod Podge over that to protect it. Here I'm adding some tile stickers that I had from my stash. Got these on clearance and love these things. And then I'm going to start putting the flowers down so I know exactly where it is I want to put them. And those wood leaves are from Prima. I love those things. Here I'm putting the pen nib down with glossy accents. That doesn't stay later, so I'll have to put E6000 in hot glue later, you'll see. I'm using hot glue to put the flowers down, as well as the leaves. And here I'm just adding some additional gesso to the flowers to cover up some of the spots that I missed. I'm going to start gessoing some of the pieces that are on the canvas here, but you'll see I'll be adding some gesso here and there to cover some of the pieces. But for the most part, you want to cover all of the pieces, so when you spray later, the pieces that you're priming with gesso will catch the spray colors that you use. I'm also going to start adding some flowers, and I'm just randomly placing them in different places of the canvas. Those brown flowers, or grayish brown flowers, I don't use at all. Those are from I Am Roses. You won't even be able to tell they used to be that color when I'm done with the canvas. So here I'm priming the flowers. I'm using a small paintbrush to prime the roses with gesso. I added some rose buds too from I Am Roses. You'll see that I have a few there. Just priming everything down with gesso, making sure everything's covered. I'm using some baby wipes to cover my photo, and that way when I spray with my Lindy Stamp Gang Starburst sprays, it doesn't stain my photo. So here I'm starting off with some of the peach and pink colors, and I'm heat setting in between. You want to make sure you heat set in between colors so you don't get sludge on your canvas. You want to heat set, spray, and turn as you go. When I spray, I start off with the lightest color and kind of start in and work my way out with the darkest color. Here I'm going to use some of the greens that I have from Lindy Stamp Gang, and that'll give a little bit of a contrast to the pinks and peaches that I've been using. I'll have a product list up on my blog, including a list of all of the Lindy Stamp Gang Starburst sprays that I used on this canvas. Now I'm moving towards the darker greens, and at the end I'm going to start using dark chocolate truffle, so I'll have a nice deep color on the edges of the canvas. Stand up straight. Hey. Stand up straight. Don't forget, when you're creating, it's all about having fun, so don't limit yourself. Have fun, spray away, and just go with it. Stand up straight, hey, hey. Breathe in, hold it. I'm holding a heart here in my hand. Hey, hey, hey. My own work of art. I'm taking the Imaginarium Designs Alpha Chips, spelling out me. I gessoed them, and now I'm putting them down with E6000. From there I'm going to spray them so they blend in with the canvas. I also have some stickers from Tim Holtz, and I'm going to take the word just and I'm going to edge it with some gesso to distress it a little bit, and it says just me. So here's a look at the final canvas, and you'll see that there's various colors throughout the canvas, starting off with some of the pinks and peaches towards the inner part of the canvas, and it gets darker in the greens and browns towards the edge. And I really love the Lindy Stamp Gang sprays because it gives it that two-tone effect, so you'll see some of the glitter and gold accents throughout the canvas. And look at all that texture. It's amazing what you can do to add all of that texture to the base of your canvas. And all of the metal pieces just blend nicely, especially when you prime them and you spray them. You can see some of the chicken wire stenciling that I did. I did go over the canvas in certain parts with gesso after I had sprayed everything to kind of accent some of the elements of the canvas.
Stand up straight.
I really love how the flowers and the metal embellishments just blend really nicely together. Over here you can see some of the texture on the canvas. And here's the edge of the canvas, which is really fun with the pieces of paper and doily. And I love the texture the doily creates, and it captures the sprays nicely too.
My own work of art, here where I stand. Hey, 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 hey.
I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will have more pictures and information up on my blog. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below on the video. And thanks for stopping by to check out my channel and my latest project. Take care, guys.